that I'm going to actually use the last data we used last time, like the interface we used last time, which is exactly what I'm going to use today, because I want us to work with Google Earth. And I don't know whether you can see my screen right now, or I'm not sharing my screen. I think I'm not sharing it. Alright, so this is my screen. I just want you to understand how you can move data across both of them and what can you do with Google Earth that's related to GIS. So sometimes we see Google Earth as the easiest part where we can work with data, because Google Earth sometimes have a very good interface. I mean is that if you look at Google Earth, you should be able to see whatever you need to see clear sometimes. So we prefer sometimes using Google Earth to work. So in that case, I am just going to talk to us on how you can use this across them, and I'm also going to use this time to talk to us about how you can work with points and some line. Yeah, so I'm going to start from somewhere here, and if you look this now, you see that sometimes you see that satellite imagery, some Google Earth have a better resolution than using Sentinel-1, as in Sentinel-2 or Landsat. So in some cases, there are sometimes you need to do a work and you just have to use Google Earth to do it. So how are you going to be working between them? How do you move data in between them? So first and foremost, I will just take time to talk to us about the interface of Google Earth. Probably you must have actually know it, but in Google Earth, you should understand that now this is the tools aspect of the Google Earth, where you have file, edit, view, tools, add, and help. Then down here you have every data you created comes under here. Like any data you add, this is the layers, just like the same we have layers in ArcGIS. This is a search where you search for any place which you can type any name, and this is the layers that you have, which is what is controlling what you are seeing here. For example, if you turn off this road, you'll be able to see road that is drawn here. You can see this road that was here, it is not here again. Then if I turn it on, you can see the road coming back now. This is where you see terrain, weather. If you turn it on, you should be able to see the weather forecast. The gallery, if you turn it on, you'll be able to see pictures of different places by clicking on it. So these are different interface of Google Earth. Now by the right hand side here, you see here is where you rotate, like I'm holding north, and if I'm dragging it around, you see it moving around as rotating it, turning the north to south or whichever way. And the best way to reset this is by double clicking on the north, where you have north arrow. If you orient to where it is, this is one you are going to, if you drag this person down here, you can see I went to where that thing that looks like human being, and I drag it and I click it. Once I hold it, if you look at the road, you will see that the road changed to blue, sorry. By looking at the blue, this is the way you can see the 3.5 dimension of the road. That's the street view. You see, any place you have the color of the blue, the blue, you will see the real 3.5D. And if I drag it and leave it, my system is going to zoom like this, and if you have a network, it is going to return back like this. With this, any place you see, you can watch it the same way I'm watching it now. I can see the street, I can see this place. Assuming I'm interested in confirming something, I know I can even zoom to this place, as you see, and then I should be able to see here they say fuel, yes, and then with other English the right on it. So you should be able to turn this thing this way I'm turning it. So if you look here, you see once it is like this is Enugu. For those who know this place is Ngo, you should understand what I'm talking about. Even if you want to see Ogbete, you can see Ogbete like this. You can interact with it like this by pinning right and left. And this arrow means when you're clicking on this direction, it means it can go this direction. What does it mean? You can zoom while you're moving. So you can follow it like this from Enugu to Anusha, looking at the road the way it's looking at. And you can see things this way, so by using this key. So you see when it is here, by looking at where my mouse is, you can see the street level. When you click on this, it will return back to the way by the elevation part. So with this, you can see how the elevation, the interaction of the elevation, you can turn it around. Once you click on this, you will exit and it will return back to normal. So any place there is no this arrow, like let me zoom back a bit. If I hold this thing here and drag here, See the way I'm pushing it here, and it's like here now. You see, look at, I'm moving it around. You see this place, this is blue. What if I drop this human being here? It means that there is no 3.5 v, so I won't be able to see on 3.5. If I click on it, it will, you see the way it is, will switch back here because there is no street level. The only place you will be able to see the street level is any place you drag and you see the turn into blue line. That's where we'll be able to see the screen level, which is holding this, drag it and drop here. And if there is a street level, it should be able to show you this the way it is. Depending, if you look here, you can see showing Google 2024 means it is this time imagery. So I'm clicking on this to return back. Now here you have file. In this file you have what we call open. You can open in Google Earth imagery. You can save as imagery. This is where you can email. This is a way you can view on maps. This is a way you can import. Now I want us to talk about this import a bit and print. Now what I mean here is I'm going to return here, and sometimes if you want to return back to where it is, if you press R, it should return back to normal, like the view will come back to better where it is than what it was. So I press R and I resetted it. Now if you go down here where I have print, if you want to print the view of your imagery, you are going to see something like this. Now you see the way it is you can put up a title, like you want to send somebody this interface. You can put up a title and you can type the title as Blake Collins. Maybe this is the name of the place. You can write a description. Blake is black and white. So you can use any name. These are just like a description you can write on it, and this is it. And whatever that happens here, we're going to be talking about it. This is area of interest because I use area of interest. If I turn on another, start drawing something here, you start see this thing putting up the legend, the way it works in ArcGIS, and I can print this the interface as it is. I can see the way it is here, the way it is up here. I can print it up here. This is where you have map options. If you turn off title won't be there again. Look at legend, I will turn it off, legend will be there again. Compass, look here, if I turn it off, compass won't be there again. Click on this, it will go HTML area. You can see it here coming up here. How do you want it to look? You switch this, you can switch the way it looks between them, and you can save it. This is print setup. You can save it as PDF, and this is the way you can interact with print function here. Now another thing I want us to talk about a bit, if you want to close it, click here and it will return back to normal. Go ahead. Is that not a question? Okay, so if it's a question, go ahead, but if it's not a question, I'll keep on with what I'm saying. So if you go down here, this is where I want us to talk about a bit, which I'm going to make interface. If you click on import, now import will give you ability to import a text file. Look here, these are different other types of file you can import. You can import a file of text, JSON, shapefile, tab, which is map info. You can import TIFF file. You can import different other files. So you can look here and interact the type of file you can import here. Raster is relabel and the rest of other them. This is all data format. So you can import all this type of file here. Like if you have a shapefile, you don't need to convert a shapefile into anything to see it here. For example, I'm quickly going to here, and I'm going to import here. Where we have import, and I just want to import a Nigerian local government or state. So I will go back to the location where I am. So I'm going back to a place I know I save a Nigeria shape file. So I will go down here and I'm going to GIS data, and I'm going to this place, and I'm going to Nigeria admin or any of them here. You can see readme here. Because it is a test file here, I am not seeing any other thing here. So if I change this into a series shapefile down here, you should be able to see all in shapefile. And this is Nigerian local government or Nigerian state. I will click on Nigerian state and click here. It will open. So you wait for for it a bit. It is asking me, do you want to apply a style template to the feature you instigated? So I will say yes. Now I will click on create because I have not instigated it before, so I'll click create and it's going to come on like this. It's asking me, how do you want it? If you want it in a single color, you select single color. You can check I want it in red and I will click OK. How does so this, if you want to set a color using a feed, maybe you want it to change to a color. Remember the way we do it in ArcGIS. If you want to change it to a color, that is choroplate map, you click on this and you select this. It will be able to show you different colors. So if not, just click OK. It's going to load something like this and it's asking you where it's going to save the Google Earth style template.
Please, your screen is frozen here. Can you unshare and share?
My screen is frozen. All right, let me check.
Yes.
It's moving now.
Are we having the same, all of us are we having the same issue or just one person? Let me know what's the problem.
No, I can see the screen is it's okay.
I think
It's clear here too.
it's your network. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
let me leave and leave.
yeah, try checking your network signal. Now, if you look like this, it is showing me a Nigerian shapefile. I have imported Nigerian state, but it's not showing here. What do I need to do? Go back to here, click on it and check it. It is going to show you the Nigerian shapefile. As you can see, it is probably loading. So if you see this, give it a bit time. Yeah, so it is going to load the shapefile of Nigerian local government here, and you see state, and you see each state showing up here. What am I saying? You don't need to convert it to KML file for you to visualize it here. That's what I'm trying to say. There's no need to you making a conversion here. Since you have it, I think it is saying not responding, but it's supposed to come out normal. You see this? This is the Nigerian shapefiles as you can see here. So if I want to visualize it by holo, I'll go down here, go to style here, and I'm going to say share style. That is share style. I'll click here, then it's going to share this style. You can see now it is a choroplate map. If I want it outline to be holo, remember go here the way, put up with outline here. Now the outline will change to holo. What color do you want the holo to be? I want to make it red. Click OK and the outline will change to red. You can see here color, what color do you want to change it to color, and increase the opacity, which is the width, and it should be able to change the way it is. As you can see here, you see it's changing it to this. So if I want it, I will put this in the red and I will click OK, and that will change to red color. You can see up here, if I click OK, you should be able to see that each state in Nigeria have a boundary. So you can see a Bonny map here, you can see Enugu map here, you can see Anambra map here. So you see all of them sharing the same the way it is. So this is the way you can simply import this, and it's in a temporary file, and here you can delete anything I want to delete, which I'm deleting. Now I want to talk about edit. This is the way places you can copy. You can see a screenshot view and others. This is view. In view, if you want to view, you can put a view here. In taskbar, the top will come back. In view here, if you put it in grid, it will grid the world into grid, as you can see here. Then if you go to view and turn off, these are places you can enter. If you want to see the sun, you click here. If you want to see the historical image, it will come up, click, it comes up here. If you want to explore the sky, the Mars and the moon, switch to any of this layer. You should be able to explore the sky, the moon, Mars and the moon. So you can try it yourself. I don't want it to take us time. If not, once you click on Mars, you should be able to switch it to Mars. So I don't want us to start struggling that, because once you click on it, it's going to load login status and it's going to change to Mars, which is exactly what you're seeing right now. So it's loading, and this is how the Mars look. We are no more visualizing the Earth. You can see it up here. So the names, the way it is, you can see it up here. So this is not what I want us to be looking at. So if you want to change it back, you go back here, switch back to Earth, and then we are returning back to Earth again. So we just followed Elon Musk to travel to Mars right now, and we are back to Earth. So I am back to Earth, and this is tools. Here in tools, this is the place you can have ruler, table, enter simulation flight. That is the way. If you want to be looking at if you are seeing a helicopter or this, you can go here. What I want to talk about is option. A bit option here, you have a decimal degree. If you look here, look at the coordinate here, you can change the coordinate to what you want it to be. You see it have changed to decimal degree. In UTM, it apply, it will change to UTM, as you can see. In degree minutes and seconds, I will apply, it will change to degree minutes and seconds. So you can make this interaction yourself. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is add. This is a place you can add a folder, which is what I'm going to start doing right now. So I'm going to click on Enugu. If you go here and search Enugu and press enter, you should be able to search wherever Enugu is. And once you press search, Enugu comes out here, and you click on it, it will take it to Enugu. So we are going to Enugu, and this is approximately where we see in Enugu. So I'll go close to where we worked last time, where we converted contour, because that's where I want us to work with it. And you see that there is a place we have road. This is a residential area, and this is why I want you to be working when that is when you want to use some of the data from Google Earth Pro. So what you need to do once you are here, I want to digitize this building here. So what I can do is I am going down here. I am in degree, minutes and seconds, and I am here. You can see where I am. So what I could do is that I will go down to this layer here. You see here I have search, and here I have places. Now I can go down to this. If this is a place I want to work on project, I can right click here. You can see I have add a folder, or I can go here where I have add and click on a folder. Now in this folder I am going to write it Blake. And you see this folder telling me allow folder to be expanded, show a comment, leave it by default the same way it is, and click OK. Now it will create a folder you name here. If you look for it, you will see there is a folder here named Blake. Now I want to start working on this. What I want to show is how we can combine line, point, and polygon, and then able to extract it from Google Earth to ArcGIS and continue the work we are doing. So now I'm going to right click on where I have Blake, and I'm going to right click and say add path. Then I'm going to write it as road. Now I'll go down here and start digitizing road. Now if you go to colors, you can increase the colors, and I want to make it to be in blue color, any color of my choice. I can make it. You can see the blue color here. So I am here, I'm digitizing this road here, down here. I'm making it digitizing where I feel like there is a road. I'm also going to, if you see here, I click here by mistake, and if I want to return back, I can press Ctrl like right click with remove the last point you added. So you can see here, if I click like this, if I want to come back to it, I'll just right click, and right click, it will delete it. Now another thing you can do, remember the way we're adding point. Once you are here, you can keep on dragging. You click here, it goes like this. If you start dragging, it will start showing you that part. You can see what I'm doing. I'm just pinning it down. Now I've added this road. It is now under Blake. Now I will go to Blake again and add another part. You can see it here, and then I can put it road 1. I just type it whatever I want, and I will start from this place, digitizing this road part, something like this, and then go down here. Then I'll click OK. You see, if you look here, you see that everything I put here is being under Blake. I'll right click on Blake again, add another part, and I want to digitize this road and go down to this road the way it is and digitize this like this and click OK. Now I'll go back again here and then add another part. I'll go here and I'll also digitize another road here, go it like this way, return back here. As many road as I want to put. You see the road is in blue. Now I can go here and go to polygon, click on add, and I'll say polygon. Now in polygon, I want to digitize this building. For example, I'll go down to this place and do the editing the way it is. This is exactly what I want to do here, and then click here, and then I want to assume that this is the way this building looks like. Now I am going to maybe put it B1, remove the name and put it B1. This is building 1. I'll click OK. If you want the building to have hollow, go here, instead of fill and line, make it outline. You see it changing to outline. So once you're done, click OK. Now you can do the whole digitization you're supposed to do normally here. So I can go again, and I want to assume this is a building. I'll do the same thing here, and I will digitize it the same way we do digitizing, and then you click OK. Now you can see here I've digitized the road and building, and all of them are in the same block of layer. You can see here all of them is in black. Now when I finish whatever I'm digitizing, let me assume also this is a boundary. I will go back here and go to digitize polygon here, which is add a polygon, and I'm going to say area of interest, and I'm going to digitize this area of interest by, let me assume this is what it is here, and I'm going to make this area digitizing. I'll click OK. Now you see here I have some folders under black. So what am I going to do? I'm going to right click here. When I'm done with whatever I'm digitizing, I'm going to save place as. Now when I save place as, I am going down to let me go to where I save up this, and then go to document, and I'm going to where I am going to save it. I think I save it where I save as sterling, and I'm going down to Kinvic here. Then I'm going to sterling here, and then I'm going to put it in elevation. So I have Blake here. I can save it as KML or KMZ, any of them can work. So once I save it as Blake here, you see the folder I save it is here where we worked on last time. I'm going to save it. So I've saved this as Blake. Now as you can see, I've saved it as Blake. So I want to use this same thing in ArcGIS. Now what I need to do is to return to ArcGIS. This is the last place we worked on, and this is how we generated the elevation. All of us can still remember. So what I need to do is from here I'll go to Arc Toolbox. I want to bring those data I digitize in Google Earth down here. So that is exactly what I'm trying to do. Last time I showed us how we can export this contour you see here into Google Earth, which is exactly what we did. So and we exported these contours. You can see here all of them. You can, if you go to Google Earth, you can see the contours which we plotted here very closely. So this is what we exported, and you see how we brought it here. So if I turn off this, you should be able to see the white. If I bring this area of interest, you should see how it is. So you remember how we exported this. That is the way you can interface with what you have in ArcGIS to Google Earth. This is exactly what you're going to do. So now I want to bring what we have in ArcGIS down here. So once you come here, what we have in Google Earth down here, once you come here, remember I saved this thing as Blake. So what I'm supposed to do is going down here. You see here we have conversion tables in Arc Toolbox. Conversion. We want to convert from KML to layer. So I'm going to click on, because it is KML, I saved it as KML. I want to make it in layer. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to input the layer, and I'm going to paste the location I copied. You can see Blake down here, and I'm going to click OK. I'm going to click open. So it's going to load Blake in here for me, and then give it time to read. Depending on the speed of your system, you're going to have something that looks like this. So once you have this, what am I trying to say? This can come in when you're working in the office and your boss wants you to get a building that is located within a place of interest. This is exactly what you're probably going to do. In the next class, I'm going to show you how you can extract all these features from different databases. Instead of you digitizing, you get all this by automatic, depending on the platform you want us to do, either using AI plugin or using other extraction tools, or using QGIS or using Overpass. We are going to explore them one after the other, so that at any time you want to extract a building in any place, whether they are 500, you don't need to stress yourself digitizing. So we are going to go into that, but this is a manually a way you can do it. Once you are done with this, you can click OK, and that's going to make a conversion. You wait for it a bit, it's going to convert, and after converting, it's going to add it up here. So why I want us to proceed from here is that I want to show you, after extracting, how do you separate those things, because it is in layers of polyline and polygon. How do you make them in different layers? That's what I'm going to show you. Now you see here, if your own is not running here, because it's supposed to be showing us running here, You can always go to result and check current. If you see this sign, know that it is running. You can see here mine is showing me a sign that looks like this. It means it's running, so you wait for it to finish. Whatever is running is going to come out. So it is done running. As you can see, it's going to pop up and it have run successfully. Now if you go to this layer, as you can see, you see it have added this block in here, and if you zoom to it, you should be able to see where we worked on here is somewhere here. You can see where we added this, and where we work is somewhere here. Now if you go to back to ArcGIS, you're able to see this line I drew. You can see this line here. Now if you see here, we have a layer we have as AOI. You see here AOI, you see here you have polygon. If you turn off this, the polygon will go. If you come to AOI here, you see this is the boundary which we digitize, and then this boundary we digitize. If you zoom to layer, you should, okay, this is the other one. And if you click on the, this is the polygon, this is the polygon, and this is the polygon and polygon. Now if you click on this, you should be able to feel this, and you ought to see wherever it is located. As you can see here, it grouped it into polygon here, and it grouped it into line, which is exactly what we did. Now if you make this thing a hollow, you should be able to see the two building we digitize also. This is the two building I digitize. Now this is the building, this is the area of interest, this is the road. So the road network, if I select it, you can see now that we have the road network within this. This is the road network which we digitize. Now this is the building, but the building is together with the boundary. How do you separate them? You can go here either by selecting the building only. See, the only building is selected. You can go to polygon, go to attribute information. You see that I have selected the building, as you can, the area of interest, as you can see. Then what can I do? I can now right click here, go to selection, and create layer from the selected feature. With this, I have separated a new layer, which is a boundary. So if I turn off this, and you see that we only have a boundary within this only selected. So you can see here the boundary is only what we have here. Now what happened to the road, to the building you have here? If you turn on this, you can see the building here. You can also either you select the building like this, the way I select it, or you go down to the properties here and see what you have here. So I'm going to step it down a bit like this. Click on this to return back to normal, and drag this like this. So if you come down here, you see that whatever I select here, see here, let me clear selection, and if I select this, you will see whatever that is selected. You see the road is selected. Sorry, I'm supposed to be in the polygon layer, so I'm going to open the polygon layer and clear selection again. If I select this, you will see that the building is selected. If I select this, you will see that the other building is selected, and if I click on this, the boundary is selected. I have created a layer for the boundary, so I can right click on this and start editing here. And once I click start editing, this editing pop-up will come up, and once it come up, I should be able to edit here. You see it have started editing, the building is selected. I can delete because I've created a new layer for the boundary, so I can click here and delete the boundary so that they will be in different layer, and I can save this. So stop editing here, and see here, stop editing, and I'll save it up here. Now what happened, the building is independent layer. Now you can see, then the polygon is on its own, there is no combination again. So this is what you can do in here to separate both of them. As you see, we have it here, this is polygon. If you want to convert anything in this layer, go to from this, you have from, and this is to, go to convert whatever any layer of your choice to KML file. What do I mean? I can select any layer I want here, all of these layers. If it is AOI that I selected, I can save it as KML and bring it back to ArcGIS, Google Earth here. Or like I said, you don't need to convert this. In as much as you have a shape file, go to file here, go to import here, and then click on change this into a 3 shape file. You can see here, these are different other layers you can see. So check here and see what is obtainable here, what you can bring in here. Once you bring it in here, look at the same way I do from the beginning, and that's how you're going to import here. So what I want you to know is that you can digitize a building here, each of these building, and you can digitize all the road and separate it in ArcGIS the way I just did, and bring it in here and work with it the way you want to work with it. Like I said, the first thing we did on here was how do you extract elevation on Google Earth. Then if this is elevation, imagine if there are buildings here, you can use this way and produce a purely topographic map using Google Earth and ArcGIS. So this is just what I want you to know. I want you to understand how you can interface data between ArcGIS and Google Earth, and that's how I was able to import data from a shapefile from ArcGIS to Google Earth, and I also able to bring data from KML file which is in Google Earth down to ArcGIS. So this is where I want us to stop right now. So if you have any question, you can ask me. You can just ask me on this. If not, we will take a 2 minutes break, and then while we continue with the other part. So this time you can ask me a question. Go ahead and ask me your question. Yeah.